Narcissistic individuals don't do responsibility. Therefore, if something isn't in it for them, they're likely to walk away, including walking away from their own children. Narcissists often display a pattern of behaviour where they go all out to manipulate, control and prioritise their own needs above all others and above anything else, including their own children and their own children's well-being. When it comes to abandoning their children, whether financially, physically or emotionally, a narcissist will go all out to justify their actions in a way that shifts the blame or rationalises their behaviour so that they don't look like the issue. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, one of the easiest ways for them to shift the blame for abandoning their children financially, physically or emotionally is by simply blaming the other parent. With their double standards, they expect the other parent to financially provide for their child, yet they fail to financially provide for their own child and blame the other parent who is providing for their child. Narcissists frequently shift responsibility onto their ex-partners, onto the co-parent, claiming that they're being unreasonable, they're being too demanding, they're not thinking of the narcissist's needs. They say things like the ex makes it difficult for them to see the children, even though most of the time the narcissist doesn't even show up for their children. Or when they do show up, they create a ton of drama. They claim that the ex won't let them have access. They go all out to position themselves as the victim, to deflect attention away from their own neglect or their own lack of effort to support their children. They go all out to play the victim so that they can gain the sympathetic attention in the situation. Narcissists will often portray themselves as the victim in situations where they fail to take responsibility for their own actions. They say things like they were financially drained by the divorce and they can't afford to help out. They frame it by shifting the blame away from themselves and make it appear as though there's some form of external circumstances that are preventing them from fulfilling their parental duties, even though the other parent will have equally been as drained during a divorce. You're splitting up assets, but the other parent is caring for the children. They might even claim that they've done enough already. What more do you want from them? Narcissists might justify their lack of support by convincing themselves and others that they've already done more than enough. They can say that they've already given their children everything their children need, or they've already helped them out enough. The children are ungrateful. This mentally allows the narcissistic parent to disengage emotionally and physically without feeling guilty and removing any shame by claiming they've already done enough. They believe any slight contribution, if they made any contribution at all, should be sufficient, even when it falls short of their child's needs of what the parent could actually provide for them. They will minimize the importance of any financial support. A narcissist might go all out to dismiss the need for financial support entirely, claiming that material things aren't important or that the other parent just spends all the money on themselves anyway, regardless of what the other parent is buying for their children. They claim that the children need to learn to become independent, and it allows them to justify withholding money or resources that could benefit their children while reinforcing the narcissist's own sense of superiority. They can do this with adult children. A narcissistic individual might have had financial help from a family member to start a career, to start a business, to buy their home, to buy a car. Yet when it comes to their own children, they believe that their own children need to learn to stand on their own 2 feet, even if the narcissistic parent could financially help support as they were once supported themselves. They will go all out to blame their children. They will accuse their children of being ungrateful or of asking for too much. In a lot of cases, narcissists will position themselves as the victim to their own children, position themselves with that moral sense of superiority. They will blame their children for any distance. They will blame their children for their children finally having enough and blocking the narcissistic parent. They will blame their children for not supporting the parent. They can say, they never appreciated anything I did for them, or they're disrespectful. I'm done with that. This makes the narcissist children appear ungrateful, so that the narcissist doesn't have to take any responsibility for their emotional, physical or financial abandonment. They can also justify their absence by claiming that they've got better opportunities. When a narcissist goes all out to abandon their children physically, they might claim that they're seeking better opportunities. However, they will go all out to frame it that these opportunities are for the better of their children. They can say, I'm doing this so that I can provide a better future, or I needed to move away for work and it's part of my plan to make things better for everyone concerned. It allows the narcissist to rationalise their absence while making their absence seem like a sacrifice, because many parents can go away for work to provide a better financial stability for their children. And once they've done that, they still come back for their children. They still phone their children. They still visit their children when they can, or move their children to be with them, move their family unit with them. With a narcissist, they abandon their children and make it seem like the narcissist is the one doing all the sacrificing. They can avoid responsibility by blaming personal issues. Narcissists can often frame their actions as a result of personal struggles. There are many parents out there going through personal struggles that are still there for their children. Narcissists use it for self-pity to justify their unjust behaviour. They can say that they're going through a tough time and they just can't handle it right now, or that they need to focus on themselves for a while. And it deflects attention away from their responsibility as a parent and puts the blame on hardships, often perceived hardships, making it seem as though they're not capable of meeting their children's needs at that moment. And more often than not, when you're dealing with a narcissist, due to their sense of entitlement and their lack of empathy and their envious nature, they're not actually capable of meeting their children's needs, why they often go all out to abandon them. Narcissists use justifications to protect their fragile egos from judgment from others, to gain sympathetic attention so that they can avoid taking responsibility for who they are as a person by passing the blame onto anyone or anything else for the narcissist's actions. They often manipulate their children and the co-parent by distorting the truth, which can have long-lasting emotional consequences on all those around them. Narcissists justify abandoning their children in many different ways. Any justifications or excuses you heard, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon, how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries, such as narcissistic individuals. I also have a Narcissist Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, a guided journal for recovery and empowerment. 15 rules to deal with narcissistic people, how to stay sane and break the chain. And the new novel on the rise of the narcissist, Behind the Mask, which is going to be the first, hopefully, in a 3-part series. All these books are available on Amazon if you'd like to go and check those out. Thank you very much for watching. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.